Hey everyone, it's Josie. I hope you guys are doing really well. I am not obviously there with you tonight. I had a 4-H meeting with Little Squirt, also known as Jace, and so I wish I could be there. But I wanted to send you some updates so that you guys know what's going on, at least from the Rays side. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about the YETI stipends and the new paid product opportunity under Raise. I don't think we thank you guys enough, but really, you guys are amazing. And all of the contributions and work that you put into this really have benefited so many people. And so we know that you're juggling work, school, your health, families. And so what you provide to us is invaluable. And I know that we will never be able to pay you guys what your value is. But we want to make sure to try to do our best job at stipending you the best that we can. So we're going to start by talking a little bit about the stipends of being a part of YETI this year. So looking at October 2025 through September 2026. In the past, a lot of you have earned stipends by attending in-person events like the Raise Summit or the CBI gathering. Without those events like this year, this will look different. We don't have any big in-person events where we can stipend you in the same way, but we do have money for stipends set aside for you, and we want to use it in a way that feels fair and transparent. So first, we're going to talk about the stipends for October through March. So what we've just wrapped up the first half of the grant year. So for the first half of this year, from October through March, we know that we haven't been super clear about how payments would work. Because of that, we decided to keep it simple and fair. Everyone who is currently on the YETI list and who has been involved will receive a $250 stipend for their participation, regardless of the number of meetings you attended. We're doing this for two reasons. One, we were not told clearly about how the attendance would work, and we don't want to change rules halfway through the year. So the $250 stipend will be a one-time payment. We'll have you and Everett probably work together to put an invoice together, and then we'll process that. But then let's talk a little bit about stipends starting now through September. From now through the end of September, we're going to connect stipends more directly with attendance and participation. So it's fair for people who show up consistently. Here is the general plan. We are starting fresh with attendance beginning April 22nd. Everett will keep track of who joins and is involved in those meetings. We'll have 2 YETI meetings per month, and you'll be able to earn additional money based on how often you are a part of those. So, in other words, if you attend a meeting a month, that is about half of the total YETI meetings. And so you will get part of the $250, okay? However, if you attend most or all of the meetings, so 2 a month, then you would be able to get the full remaining $250. Okay, so if you attend half of them, then you'll get about half of that 250. If you attend all of the meetings, you'll receive 250. Okay, we're gonna provide this in writing so it's a little clearer to everyone, but just in summary, if you attend all the meetings 2 a month, you'll get $50. If you attend half, you'll get half, etc. But here's the other part. There will be paid opportunities. I know you've done some with NTAC, and here's the current one from Raise. So we have some products that we would really love your help on, and you've actually already started to work on them. This month, in April, we're asking you to work in small groups on the 3 VR products. These are about vocational rehab, how it works, what youth need, what families need, and what VR counselors need. The 3 product areas are what youth want VR professionals to know, what VR counselors need to know about working with youth and families, and what families need to know about VR and how to connect. So there will be 2 meetings in April, today, the 15th, and the 22nd. During those meetings, you will be put into groups to work on one of those products. You'll discuss the topic, maybe share stories, ideas, think about key messages or product formats, whether it's a video or a document. Then these April meetings will be paid for just like a normal stipend, just like you're attending a YETI meeting. But then there will be an opportunity for up to 3 people per group to volunteer to be more involved in leading the development and finalization of that product. These will be paid roles, these 3 positions for each product. But for those people that volunteer to do this, there will be more additional requirements. They'll have to take what the group comes up with and help turn it into a final product, such as a guide or a video. They will need to meet outside of the regular YETI meetings. So we can help provide a Zoom room if that's needed, but it is up to that smaller group of youth. We ask those leaders to work with adult allies as needed. And then we ask those leaders to present at the summit, which will be virtual. It's the Raise Summit in July. And if everyone from that group can't present, they should be involved in preparing the presentation or materials to deliver. Since this is extra work, each of the youth will receive an additional stipend for that work. We are looking at $250 per leader of each product. And remember, there's going to be right around 3 leaders in per product. So steps would be, once you guys get through the April meetings, figure out who wants to lead the product development. And then you will have that product due towards the end of June. Then you'll present it in July, and then you can invoice for the product development. Not everyone in your breakout groups in April will be a leader, or just those 3 people or less who really want to take it on and work on finalizing that product. Everyone should still share their ideas of what that product should end up looking like. But then later in the year, so really July through September, there will be an opportunity for additional products. And so if you're not a leader of this product, don't worry. There are more opportunities coming up. So I really hope that you guys get involved. I'm sorry I'm losing my voice again, but I truly appreciate everything you've done. Thanks.